Money and Happiness. Exercise B. Main Ideas. Page 126.
Hello and welcome to Money Matters. I'm your host, Dave Martin. Tonight, we're very lucky to have with us Dr. Adriana Simmons. She's going to share some ideas with us from the perspective of science about money and happiness. So, Dr. Simmons, let me start by asking, how does the amount of money we make impact our personal happiness?
Good evening, Dave. That's a great question. The first scientific research on the money and happiness question was conducted by Richard Easterlin in 1974. It was a time when the United States was prosperous and incomes were rising. However, Easterlin noticed that people didn't seem to be getting happier. Studies have since been conducted around the world and many support his conclusion.
What exactly was his conclusion?
That rising income is associated with happiness, but only to a point. After that point, accumulating more money doesn't necessarily mean more happiness. He made the same claim for entire countries too. Economic development brings a country more happiness at first, but as the years pass, it no longer seems to promote increased happiness.
That's very interesting. Why is that?
Studies show there are two possible explanations. The first has to do with social comparison. As your income starts to rise, you see yourself making more money than others around you. Comparing yourself to them makes you happy. But when times are good, the people around you become wealthier too, so there's less reason to be happy.
I see. And what's the other possible explanation?
It has to do with getting used to things. Having more money makes us happy for a while. However, the problem is that we just become accustomed to having more. There was a recent study by Rachel Thompson and her colleagues that supports this idea. They looked at research on income and well-being from many different countries. They concluded that more money increases well-being the most when a person is lifted out of poverty. But after financial security is achieved, money doesn't have as strong an effect.
I see. Oh, we have our first call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello. When I was growing up, I was taught that it's better to give than to receive. Does research show that giving money to people in need makes us happy?
Actually, a study by Lara Aknin and her colleagues found that that may be true. The research was conducted at 2 Canadian universities. Participants were asked to fill out a questionnaire about happiness. When they finished, they were given a small amount of money. Half of the people used the money to buy a small bag of candy for themselves, but the other half was told that their money would be used to buy candy for a sick child. They then filled out another questionnaire to determine how they felt. Those who bought candy for the sick child said they were happier.
So, experts say it's better to give than to receive. Okay, let's take another call. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Dr. Simmons. What should I spend my money on to be as happy as I can be?
Well, I think you should certainly give some to others who need it. But a lot of recent research has also looked at the difference between spending money on material things rather than experiences. Buying material things is commonly associated with happiness, but spending money on experiences, things like vacations, concerts or language lessons, could actually bring more happiness. A large study was recently conducted by Amrit Kumar and his colleagues. The study involved monitoring the purchasing behaviour and emotions of 2,635 people throughout the day. The results suggest that spending money on experiences made people happier than spending it on material things, whether before, during, or after the purchase.
So we should spend more on experiences if we want to be happier. We have another question from a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi. Don't you think that the best things in life are free?
I know of 2 studies that help answer that question. One was by Sarah Mignaro and her colleagues. It studied 678 people from low-income areas in Asia and Oceania. The people were asked to fill out a well-being survey. It was discovered that they were about as happy as people in high-income areas. The researchers concluded that these people got their happiness from living in a beautiful, natural place, having their basic needs met, and living in a helpful society.
And the second study?
The second study was conducted by Jennifer Archer and her colleagues. It's a huge study that looked at over 500,000 people from 123 different countries. The researchers found that for people in the bottom third for income, it's meaning, not money, that brings happiness. According to this study, people without much money can be happy if they feel that their life has a purpose, value, and a positive direction.
I'm sure a lot of people will be very glad to hear that. Thank you very much, Dr. Simmons. We're going to pause now for a short message from our sponsors.